Hey everyone, as promised, I'm here to review the Elvie pump. So I am not here to convince you to purchase it or to not purchase it, but hopefully some of my highlights about it and some of my buying experience will help you to make an informed decision if this is an item that you're interested in. So let's jump right in. The pump comes already put together, which I really loved. I'm all about packaging and boxing and things like that. And so what I loved about the packaging is that yes, you jump right into the instructions, but as soon as you open the box, you see the pump already assembled. Yes, you need to take it apart to sanitize it, but it was already ready to go. So the pump here, this is the first part that I want to go over. Inside, you'll get this little booklet if you do purchase it, and the booklet kind of tells you what each part is and how it functions. So while you're taking apart your pump, you're going to have this part here. This is a breast shield. In the box, they come with a 24 millimeter and a 28 millimeter breast shield. So the shield actually has these little guidelines for measuring where if your nipple fits in a certain type of way, then it's either the right fit or it's not. So that's really cool. A lot of people, when they're purchasing a pump or when they're looking to buy different shields and flanges and things like that, they will be frustrated because they can't find the right size. So for me, this guide has worked very well, and I'm very pleased that it is something that they made easy for me. This part right here is called the seal. You will receive 2 seals in your box. For me, 2 is more than enough because once I get done pumping, I wash and sanitize my items usually immediately. So, but if I haven't done that, at least I have one that's on standby for me. So 2 was more than enough. But now that I have 2 pumps, I have 4 of them. So again, I have more than enough supplies. So the next thing that I want to cover is, I'm going to push that button here and take that apart, is the container portion. Now, fun fact about this part of the hub, if you're wearing a tighter t-shirt, it looks like you have like it looks like a nipple, and that's way weird. A lot of people complain about that. I typically, well, because of coronavirus, I haven't really been out much, but if I was, I could easily cover with like a sweater or cardigan or something like that. So it's not a big thing to me, but just so you know that that's right there, and it's kind of weird to some people. Now, so the container is a 5-ounce container. One of the cool features about the container is that it holds 5 ounces, but the technology side of that is if it gets up to 4 ounces, the pump will stop pumping, and you can start it back up to fill it up, but the pump is basically telling you, hey, you don't want this to overfill. We've already given you your 4-ounce warning, so be watching. I am a just enougher, so I don't typically have 5 ounces. I don't really typically get 5 ounces ever unless I'm doing both sides after I fed my child. So a little bit about me, I primarily breastfeed directly, but I do pump so that I can have a little bit of milk in the freezer or in the refrigerator for on the go, or so that my husband can feed the baby, because it truly is a bonding experience for both of us. So here we go. I have that. So this piece right here is called the valve. And then you open up your top, and this is called the spout. The cool thing about the spout is whether you're pouring this into a bottle or pouring it into a bag, the spout really helps to get the milk in there without it kind of spilling all over the place. I have tried pouring it without using that, and I almost wasted milk, and I don't like that. Sorry, my baby's with his dad, so he's fine. But so yeah, so that was I really like that a lot. So when I'm pouring the milk out, I tried pouring it with this. You can't pour it with this in there because, as you can see here, it's sealed. So you pull out that valve from the spout, and then you're able to store your milk or put it in a bottle or whatever you're planning to do with it. So those are the parts. I'm going to just put it back together really quickly. So you have your bottle, you have your spout with the valve in it. It's all sealed up. They do have these little lines here to align it so you know that you're putting it on the right side. You put this canister into the hub. Here are the snaps, so you're good. And then put this right in, you're ready to pump. Boom. So you do charge it on the side here with a typical USB style charger. It doesn't come with nothing comes with those little parts you put in the wall anymore. So that's just something to know. I have tried charging it on the computer. That did not work out well for me. So again, it comes with a pretty good informational book, and you can see all the parts that I just mentioned in there. And they basically, in the getting started portion of it, they tell you this is how you take it apart, and to put it back together, you just do the opposite. So I really like that a lot. I have my iPad with some notes, some quick notes to go over. So the cost. I bought mine as a single pump initially because I already had the Medela pump that was provided by my insurance, and I was like seeing so many mixed reviews about the Elvie for different people that I didn't want to buy the double and be disappointed, period. So I bought the single, bought it for $279. I liked it so much that I went back and purchased another one during Black Friday from Bye Bye Baby. But I was able to save some money on the second one because I had the gift card, or I had a gift card for my baby shower. And then also, he's with his dad, he's fine, if you can hear him crying. But I had a gift card from Bye Bye Baby, and then also everybody was doing a 15% off sale for the Elvie pump, so I was able to save a good amount of money. But typically, if your insurance is not covering a portion or all of it, you're gonna pay $4.99 for the double pump or $2.79 for the single pump. I really love that. I can't express enough that I love the single pump option because I already had the double pump, and I also didn't want to be disappointed. So I now have what's considered a double pump because I have two of them, and I love it so much. Output, I'm a just enougher, but this pulls out a comparable amount of milk to the Medela pump for me. It just takes a little bit longer sometimes. I'm still kind of getting to know the pump some. And so I've had days where it's like, whoa, I got 4 ounces. And then there's been other days where I didn't have it really quite hooked up right, and I got an ounce, but then I had a lot of milk that was just kind of like wasted. So you definitely want to make sure that every time you use it, you have it 100% aligned, 100% dry before starting, and so on and so forth. And then you want to make sure that when you're putting it on, that you're making sure that your nipple is aligned in the appropriate spot for ultimate suction, as well as making sure you don't waste any milk. Suction, there are 7 levels of suction that are controllable with the, let's get it to focus, with the plus and minus sign. 7 is a bit aggressive. So I usually stick between 4 or 5 because for me that mimics my baby pretty well. It mimics my son, and I've had success with doing the level 4 and level 5. Parts and cleaning. So there are 5 parts in addition to the pump. So I just showed you all what they are. I'll just take it apart really quickly. So this part right here is 3 parts. And then this is 2 parts. So when I say 5 parts, there are 5 parts that when you are using your pump that you're putting it together with. There are 5 parts when you're cleaning. So that's the importance of the number 5 as far as how many parts it comes with. Some people say that's a lot, but when you clean it, it's just so easy. Like, it's not like, oh, it's so many parts to put together. I can put my Elvie pump together in 15 to 20 seconds flat. It's really easy. Parts and cleaning. So I talked a little bit about that. I clean and sanitize my parts every time. So they don't recommend steam sanitation or sanitizing, but I do it in my sanitizer that I have for my bottles and my pacifiers. I steam sanitize everything. And I haven't really had bad experience with it. Now, one thing to know is that every so often you will need to replace these parts. So the green parts you'll need to replace because they do get kind of warped, or they get some wear and tear in them. And apparently when you're doing the steam sanitation process, they become warped a little bit faster than they normally would. I'm not really too concerned about that because I don't exclusively pump. So, and the replacement parts are not expensive at all. So that's not a big thing for me. So some additional things to note: is super quiet but not silent. At the beginning of this video, I was pumping. I don't know if you all could hear it. The pump has stopped itself. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is silent. It's super quiet, but it is not silent to me. You can hear it, but it's not loud. Like if you have a Medela pump, you hear that. You don't hear that noise. It does get hot. So if you are pumping for like 30 minutes, which sometimes I'll just pop it on and see how much milk I can get in like a 30-minute time frame, it gets kind of hot. So that's something to be mindful of. The battery life is okay. I can do 2 to 3 like 20-minute sessions without worrying that it will die. I do suggest charging it after each use. So if you're taking it to the office, it'll be good to have, in my opinion, a USB charger that's at work and one at home, so that you are able to just charge it every single time that you use it. Moving around for tasks that keep you upright are a breeze. This morning I actually was doing laundry, forgot I had it on, and I bent down into my dryer. Then I felt this hot liquid on me, and it was a little bit, I think about a half an ounce of milk. I cry over spilled milk. I think it was about a half ounce of milk that got out from me bending over. So this works great while you're doing tasks that are upright. So cooking, sweeping, a lot of different things. You can do a lot with it, but just be very mindful of activities that require you to bend over. Sometimes I even use it while I'm nursing my son. So my son typically only feeds on one side, or usually feeds on one side. So if he's on one side, sometimes I'll put the pump on the other side, especially in the morning, because when your milk supply is the highest. So that is my overall notes about the Elvie pump. I really, really like it. I'm happy that I have 2 now. I am looking forward to sanitizing this one. I did mention some parts that I didn't show you. So here are the breast extenders. Don't fully understand these, but I do know that they work well with nursing bras, or they're to work with nursing bras. So they're just these little clips, and they're called extenders. Again, it comes with 2 sizes of breast shield. And so this is the other size. So you're not getting 2 that you can necessarily use, but you are getting 2 sizes to ensure that you have the right one. I think it's a waste. And it would be cool if they let you order the exact one you need, but it is good that you have both. And for the majority of people, unless you need a smaller one, like a size 21, you should be able to use this. Comes with a little storage bag. I use this storage bag to store my parts, such as like these little lids that you can use. I love these lids a lot. But I use this bag to store them when I'm not using them. And then the charger. So again, that's my review. If you have any questions, please ask them below. I'm happy to answer anything that I might not have covered. A big thing for me too, before I let you all go, is I was wondering, I don't have like when I was doing my research, it was a lot of people with these perky, tiny, like A cup, B cup type boobs. And I was like, that's not me. Not only do I have like a larger chest, not larger, but not like A cup. But also my boobs are super deflated sometimes. So how is this gonna fit? How is this gonna work? And I will say that it works really well. You just bend over, align your nipple, and then bring it back up and put it into your bra. So I usually try to establish or make sure that I have suction before I put it back in the bra, because you will be upset if you put it in, then you press play and you don't feel anything, or you're not getting anything out. And so you kind of are going back and forth doing that over and over again. So I really, really, really love my Elvie pump. I hope that this review of it, this mini unboxing, has helped you all and will help you to make a decision on whether or not you should buy it. Ask me questions below. Hope you all have a great day and happy holidays.